The UFC has delivered some of the most shocking and gruesome injuries in sports history. These moments, unforgettable for both fighters and fans, showcase the brutal reality and risks of mixed martial arts, highlighting the incredible toughness and resilience required to compete at the highest level. Before we jump in, a quick request: if you enjoy our content, please consider subscribing. It's just one click for you, but it means the world to us. Thanks for the support. Now let's get started. Anderson Silva's leg break, UFC 168. At UFC 168 in December 2013, Anderson Silva, one of MMA's greatest champions, suffered a career-altering injury during his rematch with Chris Weidman. In the second round, Silva launched a powerful left leg kick, which Weidman expertly checked by raising his shin. The impact caused Silva's leg to snap in a horrifying fashion. Both the tibia and fibula fractured instantly, leaving his foot dangling unnaturally as he collapsed in agony. The arena fell silent, and viewers worldwide were shocked by the graphic nature of the injury, which was replayed repeatedly on broadcasts and social media. Silva was immediately rushed to surgery, where doctors inserted a titanium rod to stabilize the bones. The injury not only ended the fight, but also cast doubt on Silva's future in the sport. Though he eventually returned to competition, Silva was never quite the same, and the incident remains one of the most infamous moments in UFC history. Chris Weidman's leg break, UFC 261. In a twist of fate, eerily reminiscent of Anderson Silva's injury, Chris Weidman suffered a nearly identical leg break at UFC 261 in April 2021. Facing Uriah Hall, Weidman threw a low leg kick just seconds into the bout. Hall checked the kick with his shin, causing Weidman's right leg to snap catastrophically, the tibia and fibula breaking instantly. The injury was so severe that Weidman's leg wrapped around Hall's, and he only realized the extent of the damage when he attempted to step back, collapsing in pain. The fight was stopped immediately, and medical staff rushed to his aid. Weidman was stretchered out of the arena and underwent emergency surgery to repair the broken bones. The incident was particularly shocking because Weidman had been the opponent when Silva suffered his own leg break, making this one of the most chilling coincidences in MMA history. Cory Hill's leg snap, UFC Fight Night 16. Cory Hill's injury at UFC Fight Night 16 in December 2008 stands as one of the earliest and most shocking leg breaks in UFC history. During a lightweight bout against Dale Hart, Hill, who stood at an imposing 6'4" for the division, threw a hard right leg kick in the second round. Hart checked the kick with his own shin, and Hill's leg snapped gruesomely just above the ankle. The sound of the break was audible, and Hill immediately collapsed, writhing in pain as the fight was stopped and medical personnel rushed in. The injury was so severe that it was widely believed Hill's MMA career was over. However, after more than a year of intense rehabilitation and multiple surgeries, Hill made a remarkable return to professional fighting, showcasing his resilience and determination. His injury remains a cautionary tale about the risks of checked kicks in MMA. Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira's broken arm, UFC 140. At UFC 140 in December 2011, legendary heavyweight Antonio Rodrigo Minotauro Nogueira faced Frank Mir in a highly anticipated rematch. During a ground exchange, Mir locked in a Kimura submission, cranking Nogueira's arm behind his back. Despite immense pain and the risk of serious injury, Nogueira refused to tap out, displaying his trademark toughness. Mir continued to apply pressure, and with a sickening snap, Nogueira's humerus broke, visibly dislocating his elbow. The referee stopped the fight immediately, and Nogueira was left with a shattered arm that required surgery to insert a metal plate and 16 screws. The injury was so severe that many questioned whether Nogueira would ever compete again. Although he eventually returned to the Octagon, he later admitted that the injury permanently affected his performance and confidence. The incident remains a stark reminder of the dangers of refusing to submit in MMA. Jon Jones's dislocated toe, UFC 159. Jon Jones's injury at UFC 159 in April 2013 is memorable not for its violence, but for its sheer shock value. In his light heavyweight title defense against Chael Sonnen, Jones dominated the fight and secured a first-round TKO victory. However, as the fight ended and Jones stood up to celebrate, it became apparent that his left big toe was grotesquely dislocated, with the bone protruding through the skin. The injury had occurred during a scramble on the mat, but Jones, fueled by adrenaline, hadn't noticed until after the fight. The sight was so disturbing that UFC commentators had to warn viewers before showing replays. Despite the severity, Jones remained composed during his post-fight interview before being rushed to the hospital. The injury could have forced a stoppage had the fight gone to the next round, potentially costing Jones his championship. His resilience and focus in the face of such pain were remarkable. Michael Bisping's eye injury. Michael Bisping's career was marked by his incredible toughness, but also by one of the most serious long-term injuries in UFC history, a detached retina. The injury stemmed from a brutal head kick delivered by Vitor Belfort in 2013, which caused severe damage to Bisping's right eye. Over time, repeated trauma in subsequent fights worsened the condition, eventually leading to permanent vision loss in that eye. Despite the severity, Bisping kept the extent of his injury hidden from athletic commissions and continued to compete at the highest level, even winning the UFC middleweight championship in 2016. He later revealed that he had fought for years with only one functional eye, relying on his grit and experience to compensate. Bisping's story is both inspiring and cautionary, illustrating the extreme risks fighters sometimes take to pursue their dreams and the lasting impact of injuries in MMA. Leslie Smith's exploded ear. UFC 180. At UFC 180 in November 2014, Leslie Smith faced Jessica Eye in a bantamweight bout that would result in one of the most visually disturbing injuries in UFC history. Smith, who already had a cauliflower ear, a common condition among fighters, was struck by a powerful punch from Eye in the second round. The impact caused the swollen ear to burst open, spraying blood and nearly detaching the upper portion. The ringside doctor immediately stopped the fight, deeming the injury too severe to continue. The sight of Smith's ear hanging by a thread shocked fans and commentators alike, quickly going viral online. Smith required stitches and a period of recovery before returning to competition. The incident highlighted the dangers of untreated cauliflower ear and the importance of medical oversight in combat sports. Smith's toughness and willingness to continue fighting, even after such a gruesome injury, earned her widespread respect. Joanna Yedrchics' hematoma, UFC 248. Joanna Yedrchics' fight against Zhang Weili at UFC 248 in March 2020 is remembered not only for its incredible action, but also for the shocking injury Yedrchics sustained. Throughout 5 brutal rounds, both fighters exchanged heavy blows, but Yedrchics absorbed several powerful strikes to her forehead. By the later rounds, a massive hematoma had developed, causing her forehead to swell to an alarming size and dramatically altering her appearance. The swelling was so pronounced that it became a focal point of the fight, with fans and commentators expressing concern for her safety. Despite the grotesque injury, Yedrchics fought valiantly until the final bell, earning praise for her heart and toughness. The fight was later hailed as one of the greatest in women's MMA history. Yedrchics' hematoma became an iconic image, symbolizing the physical toll and warrior spirit of elite MMA athletes. Alister Overims' split lip. Alister Overims' injury at UFC on ESPN 7 in December 2019 was both shocking and gruesome. Facing Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Overeem was ahead on the judges' scorecards as the final seconds of the 5th round ticked away. Suddenly, Rozenstruik landed a devastating right hand that split Overeem's upper lip open from his nose almost to his chin, exposing his teeth and gums. Blood poured from the wound as Overeem staggered back and the referee immediately stopped the fight. The visual impact of the injury was so intense that it quickly went viral, with images circulating widely on social media. Overeem required dozens of stitches to close the wound, but he handled the situation with remarkable composure, even posting photos of his stitched-up lip afterward. The incident is a testament to both the brutality of heavyweight MMA and the resilience of fighters who endure such trauma. Vicente Lu. versus Mike Perry's broken nose. Mike Perry's broken nose during his fight with Vicente Lu at UFC Fight Night 156 in August 2019 is one of the most visually disturbing facial injuries in UFC history. In the third round, Lu landed a vicious flying knee that shattered Perry's nose, causing it to bend dramatically to one side. Despite the excruciating pain and difficulty breathing, Perry continued to fight until the final bell, displaying incredible toughness. The post-fight images of Perry's disfigured nose quickly spread across the internet, shocking fans and highlighting the physical risks of MMA. Perry underwent surgery to repair the damage, but the injury became one of the most memorable moments of his career. The fight itself was a brutal war, earning both men Fight of the Night honors and cementing Perry's reputation as one of the toughest competitors in the sport. The incident remains a stark reminder of the dangers fighters face every time they step into the octagon. These unforgettable injuries remind us of the immense courage and resilience UFC fighters possess. While the octagon offers thrilling action, it also demands a heavy price. Each of these moments stands as a testament to the risks, sacrifices, and unwavering spirit that define the world of mixed martial arts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's just a tiny click for you, but it makes a massive difference for us. Thanks for supporting the channel.